Hi, Bob Freeman here with MarineMax in Naples, Florida. I'm here today to talk about the Boston Whaler 2022 330 Outrage. What an incredible boat this is. It can go anywhere. It can do a lot of the backwaters. It can absolutely go offshore. It takes the big water without a problem at all. Nice and dry as well. It's powered by the twin Mercury 300s. Let's hop on board and see the rest. Here we are on board the 33 Outrage. Let's start at the back of the boat with the new Mercuries. They're absolutely beautiful engines. They're very, very quiet. They're hardly any vibration at all. The 300s are super power for this boat. You know, great hole shot on it. Great top end on it as well. So these are top of the line motors. You're absolutely going to love them. If you're just going out for a ride, you get the seat that comes down, 2 to 3 people sitting comfortably here. If you are fishing, fold this up. You got a really comfortable leaning post here. You got a large, very large live well right here, so you can keep all the bait you want or all the bait you're going to need. You've got plenty of room to keep the bait in here. Then as I move over to the dive door or the boarding door, it's actually both. It's just a great option for this boat. It does a bunch of things. One of the things, if you are fishing, a lot of times when you take the fish out of the water, before you can get him over the gunnel, you pull the hook because all his weight is on the hook, and he goes back in, you lose it. This way, you come over here, you have half the fish on board already before the other half comes out of the water, so you very rarely lose the fish this way. You drag him across, you put him right in the fish box. It's much easier to take the hook out in the fish box. He's not flopping around all over the floor. He's not making a mess with the deck or whatever, so great option. And lastly, got a really nice ladder, which I'll show you in the head. It just drops and slides, and it's 4 steps, very sturdy, and it's the safest way to get on and off the boat this way. And instead of trying to grab there when you're trying to come in, it's got a handle to grab on, pull you safely on the boat. Very nice. And lastly, when you're on a lay-along dock, you're level with the dock all the time. So it's really, you only have a little space here. So if you've got elderly or people have difficulty getting on the back of the boat, because it can be tricky sometimes, it's a really safe way to get on and off the boat. We do have a table that goes in here, so you got the bench seat here. Got this comes down, so you can have 4, 5, or 6 people sitting around the table. So it's conveniently located and stowed away. And so the seat does a couple of different things. When I lift it up, another very large live well. So you got a different bait. You got plenty of room for between the one in the back and this one here. You'll never, I don't care how good a fisherman you are, just great. And the other part of it is great. Folks, it's just drink hole, little places for the drinks on top of it. And then if you're just having a day out and you want to put hors d'oeuvres and things out here, nice large place to keep the food when you know, just for having lunch or appetizers. So let's go to the Helm. Here we are at the Helm. What 2 great seats up here. You've got the very large bolsters on it as well. You can actually put 3 people up here, or 2 very comfortably, with a nice big armrest in the center if you want. So nice, very comfortable Helm seat on it. And as we move up to the dash, 2 large Raymarines up here, so you've got plenty of, you can split it down the middle. I can have 4 different screens up here covering everything. You've got a smart craft, you get a spotlight, you get autopilot, trim tabs, and a bow thruster. So you can get this boat pretty much in any slip you want to do. The bow thruster is an absolutely great feature of this. Let's move over to the head. Here we are at the head. It's got a really nice designated storage for that ladder that I was talking about for the back, so it's out of the way. It's not going to fall on you or trip on it or anything else, so it's really nice storage for that. You've got the vacuum flush head, which is the best. You've got a sink with a hand pull-out shower on it, so you can rinse yourself off. If you're coming off the beach and you want to go to a restaurant, you can go downstairs, rinse yourself off, towel off, put your clothes on, go in and have a nice dinner. And it's plenty of room down there, so very large size head. And I move up to the bow. Very large lounger here, so you can put 2 to 3 people very comfortably up here. Real good size, very comfortable. Drink holders, armrests on it. So, but one of the neat features is involved here. You've got just a ton of room to keep everything we want. We've got all the canvas in here right now. A couple of buckets where you can use them for trash or whatever it may be. You've got storage for I think it's 5 or 6 rods that you can safely store in here, and this actually locks. So if you're going into a restaurant or that type of thing, you can lock them up and keep your rods safe and sound. Now up at the bow, we've got to cut. This is set up for a sun pad right now. So you got a nice lounging sun pad if you a couple people just want to lounge in the sun, because sometimes this might be in the shade a little bit, and so it's very comfortable. Then you can take all of this off, and this is all a very large non-skid fishing platform. So very safe. You're not just on a little piece. You're not just standing up there. You're totally in the boat. You got plenty of room to move from side to side on the boat. So really nice feature. You got a remote control for the stereo out front. The stereo is a kicking stereo. And then you've got a recessed windlass, which is a huge deal. You can control it from up in the bow, and you can also control it from the helm as well. But it's all nothing in your way. So if you're using that for fishing off the bow of the boat, all non-skid, very safe. The gunnels have non-skid on them as well. Rod holders all around the boat. What a great boat. You can take this boat anywhere, offshore, you name it, you can do it. So if you have any questions or would like to come see it, my name is Bob Freeman at 603-213-1194.